Okay, so this video is all about the transitions that we've got for our retro course this weekend. So this area here, which is right near the start, is going to be our first one. Now, because it's the retro course, the rigs are going to have their roundabout reinstated. Now, we used to use the roundabout because the course never used to be that long, but we're reinstating it due to it being a retro course. So the rigs will come from the start line. They're going to come this way. They will go down there, down to where the roundabout is, around the roundabout. They will come back the same way, and then they will head up that way to carry on doing the rest of the course. Now, obviously, we can't have two rigs in this area at the same time because they're going to go and head on. So the next rig does not leave the start line until the rig in front of it then comes back and goes up. So if you're racing rigs, you need to be aware that you're coming along here, you're going to go that way, then you're going to come back and go up. We will have somebody here who's a bit of a traffic warden. Okay. So that's our first transition, just to let you guys know. Okay, so this is probably the first transition for the 6K, 10K and 4K. I'll take you off the thing. Right, so we've just come across the bridge. That's right, Sprocket's just seen deer. Just come across the bridge. We'll get to here, 6K, 10K, go that way. There will be an arrow right in front of you to show you which way to go. And then the 4K and the rigs will be going that way towards the cottage. Okay, so 6K, 10K that way. 4K rigs that way, if you can hear me over Sprocket. Okay, so this is going to be probably our biggest transition area. So basically, the 6K and the 10K, you can just probably see my tire tracks. You guys coming from up, you come around and then you come down this way, go through this gate, and then once you're through the gate, you take a sharp left and you head up that way. Okay, so this is going to be one of our other transitions. So we've just come down the 6K and the 10K, and this is where they're going to split off. Wait, Sprock. So the 6K is going to carry straight on and head towards the route ladder. The 10K is going to come around and back on itself and then come up towards the Star Wars bombing run. Okay, so we've got one going down, one going up. Right, so this is another one of our transition areas. This is going to be for the 4K, Sprocket weight, the 10K and the 6K. So the 4K, just the other side of the cottage is the Rainbow Bridge. 4K will come across the Rainbow Bridge, come along, go through the gate, but then turn left up this track and then head that way. The 6K and the 10K are actually going to be coming from the route ladder straight down and again straight along that way. Okay, so 10K, 6K, you will follow it straight on. 4K, you're going to go through the gate, turn left, up this little bit, and then join onto the same track. Okay, this is one, guys, you're going to have to watch out for. We should have it marked up pretty well, so you should be okay. But obviously you can see the tracks in front of me, the far road. The rigs go straight along. All other routes, 4K, 10K, 6K, we literally go straight across and then drop down onto the track along by the river. Okay, so we'll just do that now. Right, Sprock, straight on, straight across, straight across, straight across. This way, this way. That's it, good boy. Okay, so we drop down there and then we have the fun section along by the river. Right, this is going to be our second to last transition. So 10k, 4k, you will go up onto the fire road, join onto where the rigs go, and then head up the fire road. So you're going to the left, onto the track, up the fire road. 6k, you carry straight on, which then takes you towards Derrick, one of our other bridges. So Sprock, straight on. Straight on. Good boy. That's it. Good boy. Right, so 6k, Sprocket weight. You guys are coming from this track, you're coming out, and then you'll be taking a sharp right across the river crossing, as long as it's not too high. Okay, obviously we'll take that into account. If it is too high, then the only option will be Derrick. Okay, but you will also on the day have the option of going across Derrick, run across the river crossing, but obviously that's not so much fun. But some dogs just won't go through water, so we've got to take that into account. From where I'm stood here, right in front of us, that's the way the rigs come down, that's the way the 10k comes down, and that's the way the 4k comes down. So they too will come down and either go across the river crossing or across Derrick. And then when they come across, they then obviously take a sharp right and head back towards the finish line. Well, sharpish right.